I am going to be recapping the top 50 most upvoted posts on the Reddit community r/trophies from the month of April. Stay tuned to see what games people are playing and what everyone's talking about. With that said, let's get right into it. Our first post we'll be looking at today, and the 50th most upvoted from last month, is from Praise the Moon 99, and he's sharing his Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2 plat for us. And he left a little review in the comments, saying that the game's really good and it's a lot of fun with friends, and the people you meet online are usually pretty friendly. But loading times are ridiculous, the visuals aren't great, and the plat is 30 hours with 20 of those being basically straight grinding. Thanks for sharing, Praise. Fickle Mix here is sharing his God of War 2018 Platinum, and he says it's his 5th Platinum. He said he liked the game very much and decided to Platinum it. Took him about 7 hours to get all the collectibles. The Valkyries were pretty hard to fight. Yeah, that was definitely one of the harder things in that game. I remember when I played it. And he says overall the game is epic, and it has an epic final fight. Yeah, very good game. Cool to see you finally got around to that one, and congrats on your 5th Platinum. Cyborg1612 here, Platinum Returnal. He said it took him 90 hours, and was a 7 out of 10 in his opinion. He said he is very happy to get the game, and he said on his PS5 since 2022, but since Saros was around the corner, he decided to finally fish the collectibles. For anybody that doesn't know, the collectibles are RNG in this game. They're basically glyphs on the walls, and it's kind of random if they spawn in or not, so a lot of times you're just running through one of the 6 areas in the game, just looking at all the walls, hoping to see a collectible that you need. And there's about 10 or 15 of them in each of the 6 areas. I actually have done this game, and I did not struggle too bad with the collectibles. I got really lucky RNG-wise, but I know this one can be a real pain. 3000 Eddie is sharing the Stray Platinum with us. He said the game has 7 gold trophies, which is actually insane too. So for anyone looking for some quick, easy gold trophies there, Stray could be a good game to check out. And we've got a pretty crazy post here. Resident Infamous sharing with us the Super Meat Boy Platinum. He says it's one of the hardest things he's done in his whole life. And yeah, that's to be expected there, because this is an Infamous game, one of the hardest on PlayStation to get the Platinum Trophy on. Right up there with like Cryptid and Necrodancer. This is probably like the next one down if you were to ask people. It's definitely a 10 out of 10 difficulty, and I want to say it's over 100 hours estimated for the plat too. So really grindy there. Congrats on that. I know you've probably been going after it for a while. And here we've got a Crimson Desert plat. He says it took him 164 hours for the Platinum, and it's a great game that had potential to be one of the greats. And he basically says all you have to do is follow the Power Picks guide and you can get the plat. The estimation's at 300 hours, but he thinks it's more realistically around 175. This game is definitely really popular right now, just coming out recently, so we'll have to keep an eye out and see how many more platinums are posted in the top 50 posts this month. Deep Preference here, sharing their 11 platinums so far. Since it is just 11, we will go take a look at what they got. Looks like they got Elden Ring for the first one. Elden Ring Night Rain, actually. Very solid there. Baldur's Gate 3, another pretty hard and long one. Helldivers 2, solid. I have that one also. Liza P, we like our Souls likes. Expedition 33, Game of the Year last year. Bloodborne, another Souls like. Red Dead 2, great game there, really long one. Cuphead, another hard game. Hollow Knight Silksong just came out recently, pretty hard game, pretty long, done. Sekiro, done. And Divinity Original Sin 2, done. Very good list so far. I do notice we're not doing any of the DLC. If you don't want to do those, that's fine, but you could have a very impressive 100% account going here if you do decide to do those. But the list looks great so far, so just keep up what you're doing. Tito here, sharing the Dispatch Platinum with us. He says it's a phenomenal game with a wonderful story and characters. He heard a lot of things about the game, and it's better than he thought. Loves the art style, the humor, and the music, and the characters. Basically just singing praises across the board for this game. And says if you haven't played it, he recommends it. And it's a 10 out of 10 for him. I'm not much of a superhero guy, but I may have to jump into this one eventually if it is free or on a deep sale. I am Noodles here, sharing that he's got a PlayStation Portal. Says he heard mixed things about it, but is so excited to never be bored at work again. Yeah, it's definitely a pretty cool pickup. I know some people that have PlayStation Portals. You guys will have to let me know if you have one, what games you actually play on it. I wouldn't want to play any multiplayer games or like really in-depth world single-player story games on it, but it definitely has a place to be able to play some games on the go. Little PSA from Powerless Wolf here. Game Graveyard Keeper was free until April 13th because they were launching a sequel. And he says it's similar to Stardew Valley and is a 2 out of 10 60 hour, but it has some missables and buggy trophies. I did download this one, and I do want to play Stardew at some point, so if this is similar, maybe I'll hop into it eventually also. Warhurst06 here, posting the Pragmata Plat. He said he loved every second of it. This is another game that came out recently. I wonder how many of these plats we're going to see posted today in the top 50. And yeah, really cool to see people playing the new games, getting the plats close to when they come out. And 43 hours there, not too bad for the plat. Virgin Bone here, getting the Returnal Platinum. Had to get it done before Saros, he says. He's talking about the RNG for the Platinum. Terrible time doing the collectibles, I'm guessing there. He said, anyone that got the Platinum before the collectible guides came out, much respect. Yeah, I don't know how some of these people come up with these guides. I mean, there's literally probably 100 collectibles in this game that spawn on some runs and don't spawn on others, so that's gotta be insane to figure out for the first time. Congrats on getting it done. I believe our second Pragmata Plat now, from Paradise Dude. He says, what an amazing game. I definitely recommend this game, guys. A different game that also came out recently, Mouse PI for Hire, from Seraz. He says he loved the cartoon art style. It launched with some bug trophies, but they're fixed now. I feel like this game's kind of flying under the radar a little bit. One that I'm not super interested in, but you know, if it goes free on a deep sale, you never know. Slayer here, posting the Gears of War Reloaded Platinum, saying it's his third Platinum ever. It's a pretty solid Platinum to get. I definitely should hop into the Gears series. Would be a cool multiplayer franchise for me to check out, as I'm kind of into those games. Ooh, Garrett from Thief here, posting GTA 5. And I thought this was going to be the Plat, but it looks like we actually have the 100% here. Which, if you don't know, the plat for GTA 5 is already very impressive on its own, but it has the infamous Mastermind trophy for doing the Doomsday heist with the same crew without dying on any of the setups or any of the 3 acts of the actual heist, which is quite a task on its own. I attempted that one time with a crew, but somebody died after we completed the first act doing a setup mission, and then we never tried again. It's a very hard thing to do, and he says he did it in 265 hours, which is not bad at all. So yeah, very impressive work there, Garrett. Minty Gum Taste, posting the Binding of Isaac Repentance Plat. He said it took him 3 years and 384 hours, but the journey has come to an end. Yeah, this game is, I believe it's a 10 out of 10, or very high up there if it's not quite there. And he says, it's bittersweet as every single difficult challenge in this game seemed to be impossible, but with patience and skill and a little bit of luck, the list got smaller and smaller. Not going for Dead God, LOL, I'm ready to move on. I love this game though, top 10 of all time and most proud plat to date. Very cool there, quite the achievement, Minty. Third Pragmata here. It's plat number 161 for Laura. And they say Capcom with another amazing experience. What a game. Such a fantastic game. Enjoyed every second of it. More pragmatic praise. I'm going to have to add that to my list of games to check out. Andre's Rest here, posting the Cuphead plat for their number 14. Congrats there, that's a pretty decently long game and difficult. It looks like from your list there that you're sharing, you got some other decent games there. Hollow Knight and Hollow Knight Silk Song, both completely done. Crusader Kings 3, Astrobot, and Death Stranding 2, all 100% platted. So keep up the work there. That's a great list you got going. More Crimson Desert here from Warhurst06. And he popped it for number 50, his 50th milestone. And he said it's one of his proudest plats to date. And what a chance that it's his 50th plat milestone. Finished it just before Pragmata comes out. Enjoyed every second of the journey. The platinum is about finishing all the challenges, with some of them being extremely RNG dependent. We love that, as you guys can see from everybody commenting about Returnal's RNG. He says he's excited for what the future will bring to the game, and he will definitely be back for some stuff he hasn't completed yet, even though he already has the platinum. IG Amazing Bob here, posting the Mega Man series, and said he finished 100%ing the entire Mega Man series on PlayStation. He says all Mega Man's complete on PS, ready for dual override next year, and hopefully a Legends collection. Let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 Mega Man games done here. Did not realize there were that many of these. I'm pretty unfamiliar with this franchise, but always love to see a complete franchise like that, so nice work there, Bob. Icy Bunny here is sharing that he's gotten all the platinum trophies for the mainline Baldur's Gate games, which is Baldur's Gate 1, Baldur's Gate Siege of Dragons, Spear, and Baldur's Gate 2. He said he's also done Baldur's Gate 3, but the 3 games he's showing here took him 100 hours. Congrats, like I was just saying, love to see completed series. I believe this is our third Crimson Desert post from Admirable Ad. Says it's a 10 out of 10 game, except fishing and spammy bosses. It's an 8 out of 10 platinum. And he also is adding that it took him around 180 hours to complete. Pro Karma here, sharing the Skyrim Platinum. He says it's so nice that he did it thrice, completing it 3 times, doing the PS4 version in 2023, and PS5 and PS3 this year. Gotta really love a game to do it 3 times, especially one that is kind of up there in grindiness like Skyrim. Ecod here with another Cuphead Platinum he's sharing. It's his Platinum 168. Very difficult game of decent length, so congrats there. And we've got a plat here I didn't think I would ever see posted again, and it's going to be Friday the 13th from Vitamins. And as you can see, this is quite a grindy one. It took him 2,100 hours. And as he's saying here, the final update came out in July 2023, which made trophies unobtainable if they took more than one game to do, because basically tracking was turned off for him. But today, there's a workaround, meaning he could finally get his last trophy, which was 1,000 Jason matches, and it was the longest grind he's ever done for any game, but the game is really fun. And yeah, this is one I couldn't quite finish either because of those servers, but apparently there's some way you can get into private custom servers now, and the tracking works again, so that could be something for people to check out if they want to go and get this one. Mo Hussein here, posting the Super Meat Boy Forever, and Super Meat Boy 3D Platinums. He says the trilogy is completed, love these games a lot since he's a big platformers fan, and he's posted the time and deaths for each game. Super Meat Boy, 9,700 deaths in 57 hours. Super Meat Boy Forever, 20,000 deaths in 100 hours. And Super Meat Boy 3D, 2,000 deaths in 15 hours. Infamously hard game. So, congrats on that. The Xeno here, posting the Bloodborne Plat and DLC. Says it's a pretty good game, but overrated. Most bosses kind of sucked, and the aesthetic of the game was very nice, and the weapons felt unique and viable. He sent the game's an 8 out of 10, and the plat is a 5 out of 10. X-Prototype here, sharing the Pragmata plat again, and it was his number 200. He said personally it is his favorite game released this year and an easy 10 out of 10. He'd recommend it to anyone who enjoys single-player games. He's proud to call it his 200th plat, and saying Capcom really delivered. High praises for this game so far, definitely need to check it out. Elvis LV here, saying that it's getting harder to push himself every year, and he's sharing his 9th consecutive NHL Platinum. Which, servers for these go offline very quick, and I believe they're almost all multiplayer, so very impressive grind there. You don't normally see sports game series like this that are this well fleshed out, so we definitely appreciate the effort there. Simon Big Farm here of discussion post, what are your thoughts for this month PS Plus games? And it's FC26, Wu Chang Fallen Feathers, and Nine Souls. Let's see what the comments say. Nine Souls was on my wish list for some time now, so I'm glad I'm getting it for free, and Wu Chang is interesting. Very good, just recently bought Wu Chang. Physical for Nine Souls just came in. Nine Souls is my favorite Metroidvania. Personally, how I see this month, basically no interest in FC26, but it's a playable game. Wu Chang, very little interest. Might play it at some point since it's free. And basically the same for Nine Souls. Whenever you put a sports game in, it's going to be tough to give the month a very good rating because people will just have bought it already if they want to play it, especially one that is this big. And these are both pretty niche games here. I'm going to give this like a 4 out of 10. Not Sir Alone. Finally got the platinum for Crimson Desert. His rating for the platinum is 2 out of 10. It's easy and boring and takes way too much time. He doesn't recommend it. So we've seen a couple people get the Crimson Desert plat today, and the opinions have varied from one of the best games I've ever played to a boring long grind. So definitely check out what people are saying and make the decision for yourself if you want to commit the 150 to 300 hours it takes for that plat. Whoa, okay. Wicked Clown here, sharing the Elder Scrolls Online plat plus DLC. And he has 1,100 hours on the game. And for anybody that doesn't know, I believe this is the game where you have to be the Emperor online, which is basically the top player in the game. And I'm pretty sure this game is a 10 out of 10 difficulty, with the average plat time being over 1,000 hours. So this is like right up there with Crypt, of being one of the most impressive plats you can have. So, really nice job there, Wicked Clown. OK Oil, posting the RDR2 plat, saying it's the grindiest plat he's done, and the best experience. He platted Elden Ring and Red Dead Redemption 2 back-to-back. Might need a break from gaming. Yeah, those are two really long ones back-to-back. Might be time to check out some shorter games. Plats and chats here, getting the Hades 2 plat. He said he went for world first and ended up with 6th, which he's pretty happy with. Might have had a chance at first if there weren't already 2 achievers before the game had actually come out. Yeah, it's so annoying when game testers and people that get review copies plat the game before the rest of us get a chance. Regardless, getting 6th achiever is super impressive. I would love to get a top 10 achiever someday. L like a winner, sharing his first ever platinum, which is a common one, Spider-Man 2. Keep 'em coming. Select Nerali, sharing the Wu Chang Fallen Feathers platinum. What is this video? Okay, maybe I do have to check this game out after all. Borukabu, multiple games. I did 100% of the whole Uncharted franchise. Got Uncharted Drake's Fortune, which I have done and 100%ed also. Uncharted 2, 3, 4, and oh god, what is this language? I think this one's like Legend of Thieves or something. It's Golden Abyss, right? Yeah, the spin-off one. Yeah, the Uncharted games are known for their brutal and crushing difficulties. So to have the plat and the 100% on them and going through both of those, very impressive. This is a great series to have done on your profile. TO0 posting a game that came out very recently, Saros plat. This is extremely fun, but also extremely short if you're good at it. He says it has his favorite bad ending he's ever seen in a game, and he said it took him 19 hours, almost 20 to get the platinum, but he could have done it quicker and says he thinks it's obtainable in a little over 12 hours. Another Saros platinum here from OG Benny Maru. And he says he got a Saros release day platinum. Got the platinum for Saros, the spiritual successor to Returnal on release day. Thanks to the deluxe edition's 48-hour early access, I was able to dive in before the official launch and finish the full trophy list today. Huge Returnal fan. Curious whether Saros could capture that same fast-paced, high-pressure feeling, and honestly, it absolutely did. The atmosphere, combat flow, and progression felt fantastic. Not a brutally difficult platinum overall, but definitely a very satisfying one. Really enjoyed the journey, and I'm curious how everyone else is finding it so far. And we have a question here. I actually saw this one from Jesus21. And a game here, The Long Dark, has 105% completion. And we have a comment here that says The Longer Dark. Yep, it seems so. But our actual answer is going to be there's a bug on the most recent DLC where the trophy list for episode 5 keeps desyncing from PS Network. It can't take away the trophies you already earned in episode 5 though, so your trophy list incorrectly calculates the trophy percentages over 100%. It will fix itself next time it randomly decides to sync, but it will desync again soon. Never seen it happen with another game. Yeah, I've never seen this issue before. Glad we were able to get a response here and get it figured out, though. That's definitely a unique one. AMER8er here. Finally finished the entire Uncharted series. Just saw one of these. He says he never thought I'd finally platinum the entire Uncharted series after a 7-year break. Despite the stress and time pressure, it was an incredible blast, finally done. As I just said, very impressive series to get. Gene Choi 98 here says finally Hades 2 on PS5. Anyone going for the Platinum Trophy? Yeah, there's a lot of releases that happened right now. We got Saros, Pragmata, Mouse PI, Hades 2. I think it's a great release window right now. Probably everything getting pushed up from GTA 6 coming out in the fall. Also, wow, very clean setup here. But yeah, a lot of people are probably checking out Hades 2. Hales Mini here. Any Platinum Hunters do this. I keep a notebook of the games I platinumed and my ratings on them. Do not do this, but this is kind of a very cool way to keep track of how much time you spent on the games and what you thought of them. They said they got a PS5 last year and fell in love with trophy hunting ever since, but wanted a physical manifestation, and this was the easiest way they could think of. Yeah, that's a very cool way to do that. Catherine Full Body, this is what peak unemployment looks like from that random guy. He says he played the game in 8 or 9 hour sessions, and it was honestly worth it. Yeah, that's a pretty crazy platinum to add, I agree. Pretty difficult game. I think the trophy bot has vanished from the sub, so can't exactly see the time and difficulty ratings, but I'm usually pretty good at remembering them. I don't quite know this one off the top of my head, but if I had to guess, I'd say like 7 out of 10, 100 hours. You guys will have to let me know if I'm wrong, but nice job there. Stellar Blade, the hardest platinum ever. And yeah, I think I left a comment on this one. And we might be able to see why he's saying it's the hardest platinum ever right there. Yep, right here. I said hard in what way, winky face. And he says, I prefer not to speak. If I speak, I am in big trouble. And yeah, so if you guys like the look of this gameplay right here, go check out Stellar Blade. And wow, from Buscini here, we got a Crypt of the Necrodancer Platinum, and he got it for his 100th Platinum. His soul can now rest. He said he told his wife he has to achieve 100 plats and Crypt before we can start a family. So I guess this is done now. Time to retire from trophy hunting. He says he's also got Super Meat Boy will suspend to Hollow Knight, Fall Guys, and Isaac Dead God. Those are some crazy plats there. A lot of 10 out of 10s, 9 out of 10s. This is obviously like the most infamous plat, so congrats on finally getting that done. You do not see this getting posted every day, so thank you for sharing that with us. Zachary here, posting the GTA 5 plat. I think second or third time we've seen that today too. He says it took him 5,000 hours to get it in 10 years. Took him 213 hours on this specific account, but over other platforms, he thinks he has around 5,000 on it. And he says he's glad it's done, would do it again, but glad he doesn't have to. Yeah, great game, but can be pretty grindy. Completed games here, posting a platinum trophy counter, kind of similar to the journal, we just saw a physical way to keep track of your trophies. They say it's 3 printed, not created by them, but seen in a Facebook group. Yeah, that's kind of a cool way to keep track of your plats. 394, quite a lot there. Hopefully we're staying away from the shovelware. And this is our top post of the month here, from Tio0. Number 534, The Adventures of John Desert Crim's Son. Nice little pun there, and getting to the Crimson Desert plat pretty early, posted 27 days ago here. And those were top posts on the r/trophy subreddit from the month of April. Hope you enjoyed seeing what people were talking about and the games people were platting. Let me know in the comments the plat you found the most impressive this month. We had a lot of really good ones in here. And stay tuned for the rest of my content and the May review at the end of this month. Thanks for watching.